Hi there traders, this is Steve Murray, the market chartist for FX Explained, and our regular weekly macro watch update for the week commencing the 14th of June 2021. Stocks and bonds rallied despite inflationary signals. Let's take a look at the macroeconomic and geopolitical developments of the last week. So we had US CPI data much higher than expectations last week. Headline data came in at 5% year on year for May, the fastest since 2008. And the core data was in at 3.8%, its highest for nearly 3 decades. And the impact on that, well, not as expected really. We saw a continued lower yield corrections, and we also saw in here stock indices pushing higher. So shrugging off, bond markets and stock indices shrugging off this data with moves to lower yields on the bonds and higher prices on the stock indices. The ECB didn't signal when it might start reducing its pandemic-era stimulus program at its meeting on Thursday, as market participants had expected, but it does expect inflation to remain below target in the foreseeable future. So let's take a look at the global financial market developments for the last week. Well, we had the equity markets, as we've just said there, pushing higher. S&P 500 at a new all-time high. The Nasdaq playing catch-up now, very close to its recent all-time high posted back here earlier this year, and recovering, having had a significant sell-off in here previously in May. And we've also seen European equity indices doing well, pushing to new record levels. On the yields, as already mentioned, we're pushing to lower yields, higher bond prices despite those inflationary pressures, yields going lower. And the dollar actually continuing its basing effort. The dollar index here holding at support from early 2021 and building on recent rebounds that we've seen through May into June. And that means that euro dollar is looking more negative, seeing a topping pattern on euro dollar and similar topping pattern on the pound versus the dollar cable, pushing lower in here and potentially signaling a more significant downside correction. Turning to the commodity markets, that dollar strength we're seeing come through is echoed in the gold market, with gold selling off in reaction to US dollar strength. So a gold topping risk as well, gold looking more vulnerable. But oil continues its charge higher, moving to yet another new multi-year high. And copper sideways really last week, but is still threatening a significant top, having posted that multi-year high back earlier in May. So let's take a look at the week ahead, the week commencing 14th of June. Well, as ever, we're monitoring for lockdown easings in Europe and potentially an update today from UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson on whether we are going to delay the next stage of the unlocking of the lockdown in here for the UK. We're also going to, as ever, watching for COVID-19 cases, hospitalizations and deaths globally, particular focus in Europe, lots of improvements there, continuing improvements in the UK, but concerns around the spread of that Delta variant, the Indian variant, the Delta variant, so concerns around that, so we're monitoring the spread of that variant as well. On the central bank side this week, we get the FOMC on Wednesday, so all eyes really on the Fed, see if they're going to give us any clues about future policy. And we also get the Bank of Japan on Friday. On the data front, fairly light for Monday, Japanese industrial production. We get the RBA meeting minutes Tuesday, UK employment report, German CPI, US PPI and retail sales all on Tuesday. UK inflation report and Canadian CPI we get through on Wednesday, and then there's that Fed meeting, Australian employment and EU CPI on Thursday, and then we get that Bank of Japan meeting on Friday and UK retail sales. I'm going to wish you all a great trading week. Please do hit that like button on our YouTube channel and hit the subscribe if you like what you're seeing as well. And we'll be back with you very soon for another macro watch. So traders, don't forget to catch us on the next FX Explained macro watch and all the great content on fxexplained.co.uk.